Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Cole's journey from Ninjago Dragons Rising as first explored back in Season 1 of this new Ninjago series, and talking about it now that we finally know what exactly this journey was about. We finally have answers, we finally know what this entire quest that spanned multiple seasons was for, and what it was for, I will say, is rather interesting. With that being said though, this video will contain spoilers for Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 2, since most of the actual explanation can be found in that chapter of Ninjago. And while we will not be showcasing any leaked images, nor screenshots, nor footage from the episodes that of course were leaked for Season 3 Part 2, I think it is important to finally talk about Cole's journey now that we officially know what it was about. So in terms of Cole's journey, like I said, this was first explored way back during Season 1 of Dragons Rising, when Cole was summoned in the Land of Lost Things by the ghostly voice of Master Wu. Cole would eventually go on this quest, primarily having it happen off-screen, but ultimately finding nothing. The location that Master Wu's ghost led Cole to featured a vast desert with something massive underneath the ground. Cole was not able to access it himself, but he could totally sense it. Again, to Cole, it sounded like the earth was screaming. Something was under the ground, something needed to be unearthed. Naturally, after a while, Cole would take a little break from this journey, it seems, and travel back to the ninja, participate during the Ritual of the Blood Moon and the Tournament of the Sources, ultimately leaving this journey kind of unanswered for a while, and a lot of us Ninjago fans were wondering if it ever would come up again in terms of the canon. Various Ninjago writers reassured that yes, this journey would be relevant at some point later, and sure enough, in Dragons Rising Season 3, more specifically Season 3 Part 2, we finally got the answer. Cole, Kai, and Frack, a ninja student and the master of Quake, they all traveled out to the same location that Cole arrived at earlier, off-screen towards the end of Season 1. And with the help of Kai and Frack, we were finally able to see what Cole was sensing deep underground. That, of course, being the skeleton of a large, deceased Source Dragon. More specifically regarding which Source Dragon this is the Source Dragon of Balance, which was confirmed to have died at some point before the merge. Ultimately, the cause of death has not been revealed just yet, of course, but the Source Dragon is dead, and somehow its skeleton ended up here, beckoning to Cole beneath the earth, and apparently beckoning to Master Wu as well. Speaking of Master Wu, after the Source Dragon of Balance's skeleton was unearthed, Master Wu's ghost popped up and proclaimed what was once lost is now found, before disappearing again. So naturally, a lot of Ninjago fans are still kind of confused surrounding what exactly this means. The ninja now know that a Source Dragon has died. That is now common knowledge that we as Ninjago fans have had for a while, but the characters in the show now know the Source Dragon of Balance is dead. But what exactly does all of this mean? What is the connection between Master Wu, the Source Dragon of Balance, Cole, everything in between? How does this all connect, and what exactly does this all mean? Well, to be honest, we do not know. However, the power of speculation allows us to guess and theorize. So in my opinion, this definitely means that Master Wu has some kind of connection to the Balance Source Dragon. I think it's very obvious considering that the Source Dragon of Balance again represents balance. Master Wu and his lineage is all about the balance. The first Spinjitzu master was a being born of the balance between Dragon and Oni. He went on to establish a land called Ninjago, where the balance between good and evil was ultimately what was keeping the entire place intact. After the merge, the idea of balance necessarily being needed for the land to function isn't really all that compelling anymore, considering that the land is more than just Ninjago. So ultimately, the need for balance has been lost, in my opinion. I'm not sure if that's what caused the death of the Source Dragon of Balance. Maybe the death of the Source Dragon of Balance caused the merge. Maybe somehow Master Wu could sense this, due to Master Wu very much being tied in with the balance. It's hard to say truly what exactly has gone on, but I do believe that, again, Master Wu does have some tie to the Source Dragon of Balance. There have been some theories that Master Wu was a Source Dragon. Maybe Master Wu was the Source Dragon of Balance, and that's why he was able to beckon Cole to its location, but ultimately I feel like the death of a source dragon was just what Master Wu was trying to reveal to the ninja. Master Wu knew what the balanced source dragon was and where it was, though, probably because he does have some type of connection to it. We also know that the first Spinjitzu master was apparently promised something by the source dragons. That was found out later on in Season 3, Part 2. I would not be surprised if somehow the first Spinjitzu master created Wu and Garmadon using source dragon energy. Maybe that's why Master Wu is connected to the source dragon of balance. Maybe Master Wu was born using power from the source dragon of balance. I mean, we do have history of the first Spinjitzu master borrowing power from the source dragons before. His entire thing way back in the day was to try to prevent the coalescence or an early version of the merge from happening. So who's to say he did not simply just borrow power from the source dragon of balance to create something in Ninjago that would represent the balance? Remember, Wu and Garmadon also represented the balance of Ninjago, both sides representing Oni and Dragon respectively. Naturally, both contained Oni and Dragon genes, but it's always been established that Master Wu was the creation side of the balance, Garmadon was the destruction side of the balance. Both brothers represented the balance. So now post-merge, Master Wu needs to reveal that the source dragon of balance has died. Obviously, he could not do it before the merge happened. Ultimately, if the source dragon of balance's death was what caused the merge, that could ultimately tie back in as Master Wu causing the merge. Since Master Wu is directly connected to the source dragon of balance, if Master Wu could sense that the source dragon of balance ultimately died, therefore causing the merge, I suppose he would feel some type of guilt in that. He would blame himself for the merge happening, since he has a direct connection to the source dragon of balance. Or maybe I am just way off here. However, I do think that Master Wu does have some type of connection to the source dragon of balance. I'm not sure exactly the details here. Again, would not be surprised if they retcon the idea that Master Wu was created by the source dragon of balance, and that's how they are connected. But no matter what actually is happening with Master Wu and the source dragon of balance, the idea of Cole's journey being answered is something that I find to be very fascinating. We finally know what this multi-season long journey was all about. It was to unveil the deceased corpse of a source dragon and warn the ninja that a source dragon had indeed died. How exactly Master Wu ties into this, we have no idea, but I'm sure that will be addressed at some point in the future of Dragons Rising. In the meantime, we finally know everything about Cole's journey, well, to an extent. Leave all of your thoughts, theories, speculation, all of that good stuff down below. What exactly do you think about Cole's journey finally being answered? And I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.